So the High Court in Pretoria has now set aside the 5 billion rand Thuja Capital-UIF contract. In fact, the court has also ordered Thuja's owner, Mthunzi Mdwaba, to refrain from uttering defamatory corruption allegations against Labour and Employment Minister Thulas Nxesi. The minister, you might remember, approached the court on an urgent basis in November of 2023 to set aside this contract. Let's get your reaction. Bring in Lumko Mtimde, who's the advisor to the minister and joins us now via our video link. Lumko, it's great to have you on the SABC. Thanks very much indeed for making time. Needless to say, the minister must be pleased.
Yes, good morning. Yes, indeed, the minister is pleased and welcomes the judgment. You would recall that the minister has always known that this agreement is unlawful in terms of the Public Finance Management Act. And as such, now that the court has confirmed that and ordered to set it aside, now the department is going to be able to continue pursue its mandate in terms of the Unemployment Insurance Act without prejudice. And as such, we are hoping that now that the court has ruled on the matter, we will all focus our energies on doing our work.
Well, it seems, according to Mthunzi Mdwaba, the situation is far from over. In a tweet that is put out less than an hour ago, he says that they've been preparing an appeal even before the court actually pronounced on this matter, because as far as he's concerned, people have been influenced and promised God knows what. I suppose the question to you becomes, how far is the minister willing to take this?
Look, South Africa is a constitutional democracy, and we must all respect the rule of law. The courts have now ruled, and the court process was quite a lengthy process that has had regard to all the facts before the court and has now issued the judgment. In respect of where to from here, the minister is actually preparing to file a defamation application for all the defamatory remarks that Mthunzi has done in his campaign to destroy the minister's name, his integrity, and his career. So that will be the next step for the minister. In respect of what Mthunzi wants to do, you could well ask him in respect of that. But for the minister's side, this is a welcome judgment, and we're hoping that from now on, in respect of rule of law, we will all behave accordingly.
Sure, I hear your response, and thanks for that. But my question is still largely unanswered. Mthunzi is basically saying he's going to appeal this, and I'm asking how far the minister is willing to go in a process which can even be more protracted than what we've already seen.
Yes, as I said, he said in the Twitter this morning that he's going to appeal it. We'll obviously await that and look at it and see what actions to take. But on our side, the minister is filing a defamation application having regard to this judgment.
All right, fair enough. You know, optics are always very important, Mr. Mtimde, and I'm sure you'll appreciate that. There are people who are going to be asking questions around whether or not the minister would have wanted to set aside this contract had those allegations not been made in the very public way that they were made. In other words, when did the minister realize that there were issues with this contract, and when did he decide to then head to court?
You would recall that when this matter came to the attention of the minister, which was around December 2022, the minister then called for information in this regard and immediately suspended the implementation of this agreement. And following all that, the minister started instituting forensic investigation that looked at the legality of such an agreement, which was already signed, and there were processes that were already preparing to make payments in respect of this 5 billion agreement. And the minister stopped that as far back as then, investigated it, got the report, and after that, then the minister applied to set it aside. So the process has been quite a lengthy process that was objective and had to happen in a manner that is fair to the process, fair to the department. And we are now here where the minister's judgment has been affirmed and confirmed by the courts.
Safe to say then that if Mr. Mdwaba didn't make those claims in public, this contract may very well have gone ahead.
No, not at all. It is not Mr. Mdwaba who made claims about this. I think you probably are making a mistake there. If you recall, this contract came to the public arising from an article that was written by Sunday Times as far back as 2 years back. And it is against that background that the minister then asked the DG to explain this, which was in the article. And following that, the minister immediately stopped it. Mthunzi made the allegations last year when he began to know that in actual fact, the agreement is not going to be implemented and the minister is taking actions against the agreement.